as NASCAR returns home. The spotlight burns brighter for one.
First show, guys. Hell yeah.
But a movement is rising to steal it.
We're back in this thing. This is our time right here to make it happen.
They must find the weakness and illuminate it. To run this champion down under the lights.
We're going to come and get it. We're going to take it from him.
Great start for Gordon as he fires out of the counter. This looks like the lap he had on qualifying.
Yeah, if he was going to get a jump like that, it didn't matter where he started, which side he chose.
Carl Edwards second, Mark Martin in third, Kyle Busch on the high side. That's Allmendinger down low.
Oh,
Alan more trouble, and it's Jimmie Johnson. The points leader is around. Is there damage?
It's just what I was talking about. You find yourself back there in 20.
Nobody got right front flat. 10-4 comes straight to pit road.
They run their car extremely loose anyway. That's the way Jimmie likes it and can drive it. But when you get in traffic, makes it a handful. Boy, very lucky not to get hit. See that right front blowout right there.
That was Brett Keselowski that almost got into him. Our third caution caused by the spin of Jimmie Johnson, our points leader. He's going to restart in 37th position. Up front, it's Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Menard, Gordon. Here we go.
Yep, 3 wide already.
Oh, Truex on the inside. Menard's the meat. Jeff Burton sliding back a little bit. Logano and Gordon side by side.
I am still impressed, though, guys, with Jeff Gordon. He and Steve Letarte, they have brought their A game tonight. They have stayed up front throughout these first 60 laps. If they can continue and get that number 24 in position to strike with 50 to go, the DuPont 24 might be back in victory lane.
Kyle Busch fans, hang on to your hats because the drama has caught up to Kyle. Listen.
I said off throttle, engine tone changed. I figured out what it is. You gotta be kidding me. Well, we lost another race. Way to go, team. Yeah, the throttle sticking.
Okay, what it is was that last phrase right there. Throttle sticking, and believe it or not, DJ, I don't know how you do this. It's sticking 50% coming back to him. He's using the cutoff switch to make sure that it doesn't hang too far in the throttle when he needs it to be out of the throttle.
But as he pushes the pedal down with his foot, a lot of the teams have this bracket on top of the pedal, and he can literally take his toe and pull it back up. So it might not be as bad as a lot of people think. Marty?
Yeah, but he was saying that he had to use the switch to sort of help it through the corners, so maybe that's not curing the problem. Who knows?
Now, apparently he may not have that Tim was talking about. A lot of teams do run that, and without looking in Kyle's car, we don't actually know that. But he's talking about that he's using the switch to cut this thing off, which we've heard drivers do that. But I'm just telling you, this is a hard enough place when you've got both hands on the steering wheel in the corners, much less having to deal with that.
Well, it's been a good night for Jamie McMurray, obviously running up there in the front. He started 27, says the car's a little bit loose, but it's pretty good, although says he's got a little debris on the front end, he believes, because the temperatures are starting to rise.
Look who's coming. Jimmie Johnson, after spinning all by himself on lap 35, blowing out his tires, pitting twice for tires, he has fought his way back. I asked his crew chief, Jack Knauss, this morning, why are you guys so good here? He said it's adjusting to adversity, adjusting on this car. That is what they've done tonight. He's just a little snug now, Dave.
About bouncing back from last week's motor failure this week, Kyle Busch said, you know what? We would love to win the rest of the races, but there's only one guy who could win the rest of the races in the chase. That's the guy right in front of him, the 48. He didn't pick himself. Now, when Jimmie got around him at this restart, here's what he said about him on the radio.
Oh, Superman, he woke up.
A lot of respect for Jimmie Johnson. He'd like to pass him right now. Hasn't said anything about his car on this run so far. Doc?
And Denny Hamlin, who started back in 23rd position, dodged the bullet on lap 1 with a spinning car of Kurt Busch. Had to come down pit road, change 4 tires, and then promptly drove this 11 car all the way into the top 10, where he has stayed for the remainder of the night.
New leader, 48.
He was 37th on lap 36. 5 seconds from going the lap down, and now he's back in the race lead. If you're one of those other guys, what are you thinking, DJ?
Thinking he looked like he's on his way to that 5th championship.
5 points. Keep on hustling.
Gordon right now shown in 10th position. Right ahead of him is 9th with Juan Pablo Montoya.
Whoops, Gordon get really loose right there.
Hang on.
Yep. Oh, he just about got tagged. I think he might have a flat tire. Yeah, he's got a problem here. He's actually the motor. You see
no idea what's
exhaust?
going on.
Oh, yeah. Could be
right
a
here.
battery issue. It could be electric.
That's all power.
Electrical.
All power gone.
Yep.
Where'd you go? Oh, dash out. 32. Make sure you have power. We have no power.
For this, he's not going to make it back.
Check your kill switch. Check your Rouse fuse.
Take a pick
Now
back
we're
up
rolling.
here. Now it's going. May have switched batteries.
But look what's going to happen. He's going to go a lap down to his teammate,
And you
Jimmie
go to battery
Johnson.
number 2.
Yeah, he's got an alternator issue, evidently, and he probably didn't catch it.
Hey, some guys only use 1 battery in the car, but I've always been a big fan of 2 batteries. But what Jeff had to do is reach down beside the seat. He's got this selector in 1. All he's got to do is flip the switch over here, put it on the 2nd battery, and continue on.
The only problem is, Tim, if he's got an alternator issue, they may not be able to run too much longer even on that battery. So this is a problem that may come back to haunt him.
10 laps remaining here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Still running right up against the wall in 1 and 2 also.
Jamie McMurray could win on 3 of the biggest tracks in the sport this year. Daytona, Indianapolis, and if he pulls this off, he gets a win in Charlotte all in the same year. Here comes Jimmie. He's closing that gap on Kyle. Now he's giving him the inside line. Can't get it done. This time by 6 laps to go now. The battle for second between those two. They've checked out on Denny Hamlin. He's a full second behind him.
He's going to have a pretty big run coming right here. This is the best run he's had, as close as he's been to the bumper. If he can get to the outside of Kyle Busch here in 3 and 4.
He's going to try it. Here we go.
He might get him right here. Now look at Kyle though. He gets a good run off the corner. Yeah, Jimmie gets a pretty nice run this time though. He might have to go to the inside down here in 1 and 2.
Now 3 laps remaining here at Charlotte. Jimmie's all over him.
I was wondering if Jimmie might try to stay there and try to loosen Kyle up on the entry to the corner here one time.
Down the backstretch again. Remember, 3 and 4 is where Jimmie's been the best at closing. Here he comes.
See, jump in the gas right here. See if he can drive up beside him. Now Kyle's able to. Kyle's car's tight enough that he's really getting off the corner pretty well.
Now 2 laps remaining. Jamie McMurray's lead is almost 2 seconds. This has been the battle that we've been watching because these guys are going after each other. There you see the margin. And Denny Hamlin is in 4th place. You see him just behind the 48.
White flag this time, man. No pressure. White flag.
No pressure, the key words there, with 1.5 miles to go for Jamie McMurray. He started 27th while this battle for second continues. McMurray, this could be the biggest comeback from the worst starting position in the fall race ever here at Charlotte. What a job by this one team.
And you are clear. Congratulations, dude.
Jamie McMurray's your winner, and Kyle holds off Jimmie for 2nd place. Denny Hamlin comes home 4th, Greg Biffle in 5th, then Matt Kenseth, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, David Ruderman, and David Reagan round out your top 10.